Hey, hi, hello everyone, welcome to my corner of the internet, and welcome to the November debut video. In November 2022, we had hit the end of the year. It kind of felt like groups were winding down, season's greetings were more of the advertisements instead of albums, and we're all just kind of settling in for the year, maybe looking forward to a Christmas song. There was a couple of comebacks I found when I was looking into this that surprised me because I was sure they had come out at the beginning of December, but no, it was the end of November. And in terms of debuts, though, there was still a pretty steady drip of debuts happening. It was about as many as we had had during the summer, which is a decent amount. All that said, I don't have a ton more to say about November. It felt pretty medium. In the States, there's kind of that holiday buzz as we're preparing for Thanksgiving and then, of course, the whole Christmas season. So there wasn't a lot to look at. I'll leave it be there. Welcome into the November debuts, and let me get into my disclaimer real quick, and then I'll just move us right along into the debuts and my thoughts. So, here's the disclaimer section. This video is opinion-based. During this video and throughout this entire series, I am giving my opinions on various K-pop debuts and then assigning a numeric value to those opinions. And that's all. They are really just opinions. They're not anything meant to put value onto the artists themselves nor their work. I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be a professional at this. If you feel differently than me, that's cool. I don't want to take away your enjoyment of something, nor do I want to overly push you into something that you do not like. If you try it once and you don't like it, that's cool. I'm here to have fun. I hope you are too. That's all I have to say on it. So, we'll get running into the video. If you have any questions about anything and why I'm doing something, let me know in the comments. And let's get into November 2022. Kim Jonghyeon, Lights. This was a really cute song. I liked the lyrics and the concept. I think this kind of overall easy listening vibe that it has going for it really works. There's a light, almost chime-like synth that played throughout the whole song, and I found it very pleasant and cheerful. His rapping style, that more melodic flow that he has, kind of puts him in one of those places where he's between rapping and singing, and I really would have loved if he leaned harder into singing because I enjoyed those moments. But overall, I enjoyed the song. I thought it was good. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. It was cheerful and cute. I can get into that. Leia, A Good Day to Love. This song is very cute and very clean. The piano definitely brought a great warmth to the song, and it's a warmth I don't think her voice was bringing to the track. The song feels short, and I think that might have to do with some of the editing of the music video, because what I was trying to do conceptually is very cute. But as a personal preference, I don't like seeing a bar at the top of the screen telling me exactly how much song I have left, because I will instead spend the time watching it tick down instead of enjoying the video and the song. Also, modeling your video after a thing that I think a lot of people just click through instead of carefully watching is maybe not as good as of a plan as you might think it is. I love the thought process behind it. It's very sweet, but conceptually I don't know if it works very much. And song-wise, again, it's very cute and it's very clean, but this one didn't really connect with me very much. 5 out of 10. It's a magic. ARTBEAT, Magic. To start off, I would like to say that I think the naming of this group is absolutely fantastic. Just a good time. So overall, I am fascinated by this song because I enjoy that it's a general pure pop sound, but they do take some twists and turns away from the main theme, kind of a la an aespa or an NMix, that mix it up sort of concept, but it's not as severe as either of those two groups. So I thought that was interesting. And while I did kind of enjoy this traveling I did with the song, I don't think it went anywhere. The song didn't build to anything, even if the ideas in it were very cool. That transition into the first deviation, which is the second verse, I was expecting a rap break, and then that wasn't what happened, so that was a good subversion of expectation. But then we also had a really quick change into a dance break that was so sudden and needed a lot more finesse. And then ultimately, there was no bridge or outro that has a catharsis feeling or celebration to it. So we essentially took this whole musical journey twisting and turning, a bit windy, and for what? So I'm going to give this song a 7 out of 10, because I like the ideas that are happening in the song, but I think it needs more polish to it. Aimers, Fight Inside. Did I enjoy this song? Yes? A little bit of a question mark, because oh my god, they have so many ideas happening in this song, and they elected to put all of them in the same song. So the top line stays consistent throughout, and then there's this nice interplay between a smooth melody, and then it kind of jumps to some staccato moments, some staccato vocal moments. But then everything happening behind the top line is just a lot. So what this succeeds in is keeping the song from getting stale, but they also it feels like they tried every idea they had. Most notably for me is in that second verse. They changed the supporting line just in the middle of the verse, and the top line is not changing in any way that's denoting we're in a new segment of the song. And then they just revert back to the first top line. So they just kind of did a little jump there in the middle of the second verse without ever leaving the second verse, and not in a way that felt catchy, necessarily. They just changed it. And then in the chorus itself, I think the supporting line is really, really intense. Not necessarily in volume, like in some songs where it's overpowering the vocals, but just in instrumentation. It's cluttered. It's not terrible. It's just fanfare, and it feels like too much. It's very busy. And then they use that kind of cluttered cacophony into the final chorus, and it fits so much better into the final chorus than the very first chorus, because it felt like we had worked to get there instead of throwing it all at you in that very first chorus. This song is a lot. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 though, because I think it committed to its ideas, and it was polished, and while I was confused while listening, I did enjoy listening. So yeah, 8 out of 10.
Love the feelings we like, live for the good times. 우리 기분 타고 높이 올라가.
50-50, higher. When I first found this song, I did not know I was going to love it so much, but truly, I think the vocal line of this group is just incredible, and it sells the song. It's light and it's airy, easy listening, easy to get stuck in your head. I think the vocal tone is comparable, not the same, but comparable to Purple Kiss's Gone. And I say that with a lot of love and esteem because I really enjoy Purple Kiss. This is not a flashy song, and it really commits to a simpler aesthetic, not necessarily in concept, but in tonality. I respect that. I will probably talk myself in circles about this song, so I will stop myself here, but ultimately, it's a 10 out of 10, and I adore it. Kanto, Celebration. I think this song would leave a bigger impact on me if I knew the lyrics. Unfortunately, that was something that the company did not offer me. I do have to assume it's a pretty small company, so maybe they just weren't angling for the international audience. But the music video storytelling is very strong. Sonically, this feels like an early 2010s rap song, and the flow is pretty good, and the overall feel of the song is very smooth and forward moving. I don't feel like there's a lot happening in it, though. It's just moving forward. Again, I think the lyrics are the star of the show, and as an English speaker, I'm just not privy to that. Overall, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. The Fix, Rush. Hey y'all, found a K-rock band. Love finding those. Song is fantastic. Powerful instrumentation, great vocals, awesome energy from all members of the band, and just a general kick-ass vibe. Don't really have a lot to say about it except for I enjoyed it. We'll listen again. 10 out of 10. Mill Beat. So this song takes a very different genre than all of the other, only one of debuts. Instead of retro styling, it swings more for a modern cacophony with heavy metallic beats. I enjoy the flow of his verses. It's fast-paced and punchy, and I can get into it, but I'm less wild about the chorus, which is a shame because it is ultimately the foundation of the song. I like the repetition of the word beat it, especially in its very first line, though. It kind of loses some of the melody that he's crafted. There's a second line where it's like beat it, beat in, beat up, get out, or something of that nature, and I like that very much, but the first line of just beat it, beat it, beat it loses some of that musicality. Alternatively, though, in terms of things I like, there are some moments where he goes high into the higher notes, and it's almost like half-hearted style to it. I think that's very cool. It adds a lot to the song. So, as you all know, I've been very into the only one of debuts, and I do enjoy this song, but this one is not my favorite out of all of the ones we've listened to so far. We're running with a 6 out of 10 for Mill. Ta-da! We finished November. Like I said in the beginning, I felt pretty disconnected from debuts in general, so I missed a lot of these, but then I was pleasantly surprised by most of them too. And I was also just surprised to see that there was as many debuts now as there were in summer, because it feels like things are winding down. But I guess I can talk more about all of that as we move into our month recap. So, this month, we had 8 debuts, with 2 of those debuts being girl groups, ARTBEAT and 50/50. There was 1 boy group this month in Amers, and then, for the first time in this entire year, 1 co-ed group, The Fix. And that's fun and exciting and adds just a little extra spice to this month. Then to round out our debuts, we had 4 soloists debuting this month with Jonghyeon, Jalea, Kanto, and Mill. Our most viewed video this month, which was really a surprise to me, was 50/50. I'm really impressed that there was a group that's still classified as Nugu as the most viewed video when I was doing the reviews. I think that's really cool. I'll admit I don't know if that holds now in present-day Jupiter's editing world, but I think it's interesting nonetheless. And then our least viewed video this month is Kanto's Celebration. In terms of rankings this month, for my favorites videos, we've got a tie actually between 50/50 and The Fix. I feel like these songs represent the spectrum of my music taste pretty well, at least lately. It's on one hand you've got hard rock, and then on the other side you've got really kind of light ethereal pop music. Get you a girl who can do both. And then, in turn, my lowest ranked songs of the month, also a tie, and this time it was between Jalea and Kanto. And finally, we average up all of the scores I gave out to debuts this month, and then wind up with a nice 7.2. And then that's it. Month 11 out of 12. Truly wild. I'm a turtle when it comes to completing projects, and I personally know this, but really, I amaze even myself with my turtleness. I mentioned it before, but all of this has just taken so much longer than I anticipated at literally every turn. And then the cherry on top is I just forget that working a job makes you tired. So I would really be geared up to work on stuff and get home and be like, you know what? No. But that's my cross to bear. But fun fact, I haven't made the December video yet, as you can imagine, because this is November and I'm going chronologically. But at this point in time, I'm going to head and post the January video, hopefully today if all goes well, because I want this series to go up in January, so the idea of the new year is still close by and people are reminiscing and it's hopefully still fresh in people's heads. I really try to make the kind of videos that I enjoy watching, so I hope that you, the people who have found it, you haven't moved on from 2022 quite yet, and it's still exciting to watch this kind of thing even in mid-January 2023. So we have one more video to tackle, and this one will be exciting because I feel like December was just full of banger indie debuts. I really enjoyed reviewing them. So stick with me, friends. We're almost through. December will hopefully be up shortly, but until that time, my fellow K-pops and cosmic bodies, our scheduled time together has come to an end. And may that will-o-wisp trail that led you here be back again. But until we reach that time, peace!